The Food Fortress network came into being because of our recognition within the industry about the risk of contaminations to the food chain. Our businesses are the first link in the food chain. We supply the feedstuff to the farms, who in turn produce the food for the processing and for the further food chain. Now, it's important that we don't introduce any contaminations at that first link.
Because we are producing probably one of the largest volumes of feed within Northern Ireland, it was very logical for Moy Park to be involved in the network. So we became involved in the network as one of the collaborators and as a producer of finished feed in Northern Ireland.
Part of the positioning of our dairy products in these international markets is to say to buyers, look, Northern Ireland, if you buy products from Northern Ireland, you're getting the advantage of the high quality of food that we produce. So part and parcel of the proposition to buy from Northern Ireland is that because of these standards and what's done to monitor, to audit, to ensure that they're adhered to, is the confidence and the trust that can give to a buyer. And part of that is making sure that the animal feed that goes onto the dairy farms is of the highest quality, because that is a potential source of contamination. So the Food Fortress program that we have, which is the best in the world, is giving the customer that added confidence and trust because of the lengths that we go to make sure that there's minimal risk from animal feed.
We started in the first year with 18 companies participating, sharing samples, sharing results. In the second year that grew to 45 companies. Currently we now have 74 companies within the network. The power of the network is that we can pool the resources of all of those companies and pool the testing and the results of all of those companies. And we multiply up the benefits and the effectiveness of the programme.
Coming together as a collaboration, you can imagine how you increase the frequency, the number and the type of testing that you carry out. So you add such a level of confidence into the supply chain by carrying out all those additional tests and actually working together. In terms of a facilitator, what you really want is you want an individual who has the ability to ask the right questions, to assess risks, but also to make sure that he has the right stakeholders in that room. And his job is to corral all of that information coming from those collaborators to ensure that actually those aims and objectives are met and met in a timely fashion.
It's quite important to have someone who understands the industry that he's working in, that understands the needs of the companies, that has the confidence of those member companies, because he is dealing with confidential information. He must have the credibility and the confidence of all the members.
We talk about food security, but actually it's equally as important from a feed and agricultural side of the business. So for us, this has been seen as an industry-leading initiative, and certainly our customers recognise it as that.
What we're looking for is the long-term relationship, and that long-term relationship is around helping the buyer to grow their business within their networks and their individual companies. Because if they can do that, if we can help them to do that, then we'll grow our business. So there's mutual benefit in having that long-term relationship. Last year, this program our export program developed, generated new sales of £3 million. Now, in the bigger scene of things, that maybe is a relatively small proportion, but that's additional. That's additional £3 million coming into the dairy supply chain that wasn't there previously. And having the Food Fortress and all that stands for, and the benefits that our customers can see in that, was a big part in generating that revenue.
Members have to be cooperatively minded. They've got to be prepared to share in the information so that they can share in the benefit of the data that's produced by the network.
You will get out of the collaboration what you put into the collaboration. And I think all of the people who were involved in this particular network have really, really benefited from the collaboration.